Hey everybody, I wanted to make a video about why I decided to join the US Army. I've been meaning to get around to it for a while, but just never did because I don't know, I'm just too lazy. But, anyways, everybody joins for a different reason, whether that is money or college, or there's maybe they're just some type of patriarch and they want to defend their country or whatever. But everybody joins for a different reason. I joined because me personally, um, around January of last year, I had to come to terms with myself. I had to ask myself a few questions because it was nearing the end of my senior year in high school, and I asked myself, like, do I really want to take out a 40, $50,000 loan to go to school and maybe not even like school, or maybe get kicked out for whatever reason? Everything happens, anything can happen, and I just had to really sit there and explore my options so I could not go to school, which really wasn't an option because I didn't want to. I didn't want to be one of those guys. I could go to school and maybe get a few scholarships. I could get a few scholarships, or I could join the military. Um, and I just didn't really think I was right for school right now or back then. I just didn't want to do that, for one, and for two, I really didn't have an idea of what I wanted to study. So there will be a journey I will be taking, um, pretty much with my eyes closed at that point because I didn't know where I wanted to go. So I started looking into the military. Um, Back in my hometown in Macomb, Mississippi, there really isn't an Air Force recruiter, and I didn't really see the Navy recruiters like that. So it was pretty much Army or Marines. And the thing about joining the Army, Air Force, and I'm not really that sure about the Navy, but they didn't really let you pick your job. Like, they just put you where they need you. And I personally couldn't deal with that because I know I know for a fact I'm not that person that'll sit there and want to kick a door down, or just, or even just sit around doing nothing all day. So I didn't think that pretty much X'd out the Marines because I, I, if I was gonna join the military, a, I would want control over what I'm doing. So they pretty much left the Army. Joining the Army, I chose to be a 25 Sierra, which is satellite communications operator maintainer. Pretty much what I do is I pretty much like the name states, operate and maintain uh, terminals with satellite equipment. It's hard to describe, but one of my well, a thing I was told to say is I bring internet to remote locations, which I pretty much do, and I do that by establishing satellite links, if that makes any type of sense. Um, which I looked into it, and apparently satellite communications is a big thing in the economy. It's never gonna go away. So whenever I do get out, because I can't play GI Joe forever, I'll be I'll be well trained in some sort of field so I can get a job. And in that same breath, I I looked into it even more, and the military actually will pay for your education. So I plan on getting a degree and even furthering my education whenever I get out, or maybe giving whatever, fuck that. Maybe nah, I'm further my education when I get out. But the way the military do that is they got this thing called tuition assistance, which they allot you, a service member, uh, X amount of money. I think it's like, I don't know. I really don't know what it is. But they allot you X amount of money so you can take classes, and it restarts every year. So you can continuously take one or two classes a semester and eventually get your degree. Uh, it'll take longer, but it's free. So that's what really that drawn me to the military even closer. The military is well, the army has been good to me. So up to this point, um, coming out of my hometown, there really wasn't not a lot of options. Like I can't. There's really not even any businesses for you to, like, even if you didn't want an education, there's not really even any businesses for you to like start from the ground up on. There's not really a lot of opportunity out there, and that that in and of itself should be a reason to join. Um, I went from Mississippi, then I did all my initial training in Georgia. I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, and basic training was probably one of the hardest experiences of my life. Considering I didn't really exercise before, I I really wasn't used to that lifestyle, and it it's just a very strenuous thing to do. Um, it really is. So I'm not trying to discourage anyone on joining, but just keep that in mind because the military isn't for everyone. Uh, it's it's a very amazing thing, and I think, especially out of my hometown, if you're able to join and you've been thinking about it, just do it because it's doable. I did it, and I strongly believe if I can do it, anybody can do it because when you start your enlistment process, they're gonna get your height, your weight. Like you have to come in at a certain height and weight to even get in, first of all. So it's like mathematically proven that if you're this height and this weight and you exercise every day for 10 weeks, you are able to pass a PT test. And you can do it. Like if to the like people are gonna try and discourage you on joining, saying like the government is corrupt, or like do you just signing your life over, or like you're brainwashed. I even heard that one before, but you're not. It's totally not like that. You're just it's like a normal job, but you're exercising the days you work. That's pretty much it. That's literally it. It's a normal job. So like there's like I don't know why people like the people that was in the middle. Like, first of all, don't take advice for people who never joined. If they never joined, they wouldn't know, because it's something you would have to go through to like it's something by experience. Like, don't let anyone tell you that anything if they never join. So just don't let anybody get in your ear about it if you're thinking about it. And even if somebody did join, I say the only reason they didn't like it is because I wouldn't even say the job that they did, because you can change your job. That's an option. And like the people that don't like the military, to be quite frank, is the people who don't make rank. Um, the people who don't make rank are just extremely salty because they didn't make rank, and they're gonna talk bad about the military or whatever. Um, Also, if you're thinking about joining, always do your research. Um, Look up the jobs you want to do, talk to people, do your homework, because that's all the things that I did, and that brought me to joining. Um, I really talked to my grandpa because he was a high-ranking person in the military, and I also talked to my cousins. They both are pretty up there, sorta. Yeah, they up there, and they both love it. And just just pick people brains about it. But it's an amazing thing to do. Like, I'm 19 years old. I have my own car. I I have a place to stay. I can I have a steady paycheck. I'm going to school for free. I am I get free health care. Like, I really just don't have to worry about anything, and the military has been my backbone. So don't just if you're gonna do it, just like I said, do your homework, pick people brains, and don't let any salty people get in your ear about it. Like, the military isn't all peaches and cream either. Like, it's very strenuous. There's a lot of rules and guidelines you have to go by that you wouldn't as a normal person. But honestly, like, once you get into the hang of things, like, I mean, like waking up early in the morning or exercising, um, just not being a how should I put it? Not being like a bad person in public, or giving general respect. Just that's about it. Other than that, you're just a normal person. Like, nobody treats me like an idiot. Like, I haven't got yelled at in months, and getting yelled at just is like nothing personal. They just trying to get you to get out of your civilian mind and turn you into a soldier. But I'm signal, so like any of you people that want to go combat arms, like uh, when I was going to school to like training for my MOS, I had a infantry person in there, and he'll tell the stories. And all I got to say is, honestly, about that, like, I have nothing but respect for people who do combat arms, because, like, I don't think any human should have to go through that type of stuff, and it's it's not something to be played with, you know. But at the end of the day, somebody has to do it, or you know. Anyways, forget all that. But I mean, enough of that. Just if it's something you want to do, like I keep saying, if it's something you want to do it. Like, don't. People are gonna get in your ear about it. You're gonna have a major change in lifestyle. You are gonna your personality is gonna be broadened by the people you meet, and your demeanor on life is gonna change. You are not gonna be the same person you're gonna be before and after the initial entry training process. Um, and like, don't worry about your friends or your family or the people you hang out with, because they're gonna be in the same spot that they are right now, and whenever you get back, unless they have some major swing in life. Um, I've I look on like my Facebook feed or Instagram, and I always see the same stuff. People either working at Walmart or some type of plant, whether it's like plastic factory or chicken processing plant or anything like that. And I just look back and I cannot regret my decision at all. I don't regret joining at all. And I've been through the process. So, but that's just me and my personal experience, because I played my cards right. But just don't, well, even if you don't join the military, try not to get stuck in some type of perpetual lifestyle. You know, one thing the military has taught me is like, you have to always improve, always move forward. You have to, well, if you want to be successful in life, that is, you have to do things that you probably don't want to do, but at the end of the day, you're going to get the things that you want, because, you know, nothing is handed to you. Nothing is handed to you in the military, in life, anything in general. Nobody will hand you anything. Like, you have to take it. There's one thing I've learned. So, any questions, comments, you can contact me. I'll answer all your questions to the best of my ability. I always try to take people comments and try to put it in a mind frame that they'll understand, because it's hard to try and tell people like why you do what you do, or you know, why, other than all the bells and whistles about the military, what's so good about it, or anything like that. But it's a lot better than civilian life. It really is. And I'm more well off than 98% of my graduating class. So, you know, the proof is in the pudding. So if it's something you want to do it. But at the same time, it's not for everybody. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate it. But I honestly did it for the 4 or 5 people that wanted to hear it. So, you know, appreciate it. And y'all have a good day.